It began as just another ordinary night, the kind where nothing feels out of place. But what I didn't know was that my entire life was about to collapse in ways I never could have imagined. My wife, Jessica, and I had been together for 8 years. We had 2 kids, a home we thought would be our forever place, and a life that, at least from the outside, looked solid. But recently something had changed. Small cracks had begun to appear. We argued over little things, sat in long silences that said more than words ever could, and the warmth that once defined us slowly faded into distance. Still, nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. When I came home from work one evening, I found Jessica sitting at the kitchen table. Her hands were shaking, her face pale, and her eyes carried a mix of fear and heartbreak. My chest tightened as I stepped closer, sensing something was terribly wrong. Before I could even ask, she spoke. "I saw you," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I saw you with her. You went into a motel with another woman." The air left my lungs. My heart pounded in disbelief. "What?" "Jess, no, there's no one else," I said, desperate for her to believe me. "I swear to you, I wasn't with anyone." But she wouldn't stop. She described how she had followed me after noticing what she believed were patterns in my behavior. She swore she'd seen me through the motel's window, walking into a room with another woman. The pain and fury in her voice cut through me like glass. "I never thought you'd betray me like this," she cried. "How could you do this to our family?" I was frozen, lost for words. No matter how I tried to explain, she refused to listen. Her mind was already made up. That night, she packed her things, took the kids, and left. Days turned into weeks, and the silence between us grew heavier. I tried reaching out, but she ignored every attempt. The accusations suffocated me, not just because she thought I had cheated, but because I knew deep down something about all this didn't add up. Why would she be so certain of something that wasn't true? Then one day, I found the missing piece. I stumbled across a set of text messages on her phone. Messages that weren't meant for my eyes. They were with a man I didn't know, and they shattered me. Plans for secret meetups, stolen moments together, and words of intimacy that pierced me deeper than any blade ever could. My hands trembled as I read. My wife, the woman I had trusted with everything, had been having an affair. The realization knocked the wind out of me. The cruelest part wasn't even the betrayal itself, but that she had accused me of the very thing she was guilty of. I confronted her. The moment she saw the proof, the guilt spread across her face like wildfire. She broke down, crying uncontrollably, and admitted it all. She confessed to sneaking around with him, to feeling like I wasn't there for her, and how her own insecurities had led her down this path. "When I thought you were cheating," she sobbed. "I was angry, hurt, and I acted out. I did something I can never undo. I'm so sorry." But the damage was already done. Apologies couldn't erase the nights I lay awake wondering what I had done wrong. They couldn't erase the way she had destroyed my trust and our family in one reckless decision. Trust, once broken, is nearly impossible to piece back together. I couldn't forgive her. Not for this. I filed for divorce. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, but I knew I couldn't live in the toxicity she had created. And then came the custody battle. She fought with everything she had, but in the end, I was granted full custody of our kids. The day the decision was made, I held my children tightly. I promised myself they would grow up in a home filled with love, honesty, and stability. I would be their anchor, their safe place, their father in every way that mattered. Eventually, the divorce was finalized. But Jessica wasn't done. She came to my door one last time, her face wet with tears. "Please," she begged, her voice trembling. "I made a terrible mistake. I'll do anything to fix this. Please don't leave me." Her words tore at me, but my resolve didn't waver. "I'm sorry," I told her, my voice steady but heavy with pain. "It's too late. You made your choice, and now I'm making mine. I have to move on." As she walked away that final time, I knew it was truly over. The life we once shared was gone forever. Years have passed since then. I've built a new life for myself and my children, one filled with joy, peace, and love. The scars of betrayal remain, but they no longer hold me hostage. I've learned something important through all of this. Sometimes forgiveness isn't about taking someone back. Sometimes it's about letting go, choosing peace over pain, and moving forward without the weight of the past. And that's exactly what I've done.